Hey guys, it's Chris, the tiny house guy. I've been working for the past few weeks on a brand new project. It is a $100 budget Honda CRV van life camper. There are millions of videos on camper vans, van living, tiny houses all over the internet. What makes this video so special? Well, I've been building tiny houses and campers since before they were popular hashtags anywhere on the internet. This was my first one from 2011. This was a 66 square foot tiny house that I lived in for 2 years while I built my much bigger and more luxurious 250 square foot tiny house that I currently live in. And after that, I began doing some camper projects. This was a Toyota truck cap that I built to live in for a while. This is an NV200 van that I built. You can see the videos of this one on my channel. And then my last project was this Tacoma truck camper. And so I'm taking basically all of this knowledge and experience that I have over the last 15 years, and I've put it together into a very simple build for a Honda CRV. Hey guys, it's Chris the Tiny House Guy, and I am standing here next to this frozen pond in 20-degree weather to reveal my latest creation, which is a Honda CRV van life exploration vehicle, whatever you want to call it. It's basically a CRV that you can live in if you wanted to, or for a weekend, or for forever, I suppose. Maybe with a little more storage on the roof. So one of the things that's become very popular lately is people taking these CRVs and other types of SUVs, similar size SUVs like Foresters, for example, and turning them into van life vehicles. In fact, Bob Wells has recently switched over from his ambulance to an SUV. I think he's using a Forester. So this is what mine looks like. And you can see, first things is that this is right now it's configured for sleeping mode. And so you can't see in the windows. And one of the surest ways to yell out to somebody, hey, I'm sleeping in this, is to have Reflectix showing through your windows. So you want to cover up the back of your Reflectix with some black fabric of something. I have blackout curtains. This is a little suspicious because you can see the blackout curtains covering the seat, but whatever, only if you look close. So if we go around the back, you'll see that we have a kitchen module and a place to sleep with a nice thick, this is a really, really thick mattress, a 10-inch mattress. This is exactly the same thing I sleep on at home. And I figure, you know, you're going to spend most of your time in a car camper sleeping. The most important thing is to get a good night's sleep. And so I decided to use a full thickness mattress. It's a memory foam mattress. That's kind of what that looks like. I've actually removed one of the seats, and I've left one of the seats. And you can see right there, I've actually got a desk. I'll demonstrate that for you. Got our power station in here. Got a kitchen module. You have a cooktop that actually slides out. So the first section of storage is right here. It's got, of course, my spare tire, and I've got some other doodads in here. Okay, so now I've propped open my my underbed storage compartment. So you see I've got a big compartment here. This is where the seat used to be. It's maybe 2 or 3 inches deep. Fits a laptop and other types of things. You can fit clothes, shoes, whatnot over in here. Very, very large storage space. You can actually see in there. It goes all the way to the door through here. This whole area can be filled up with clothes, socks, whatever you got to fill it with. Okay, if we go over to the side here, we see I have the desk flipped down in office mode. Down here, that's a USB port. This comes off the power station. Got my laptop computer on my desk. I'm going to just jump in here. We can do that. And we can see we got a fairly well lit. We have our light sort of lights us up over here. If I want another light, I suppose I could plug it into the USB port. So this is the desk. You know what? You can do work in here. It's not the most comfortable, but it's not the least comfortable either, I would say. All right, so let's look at the kitchen module. So we've got some trays up here. This one's on magnets, so we can do whatever. Of course, you have to have, you know, noodles. There's that. This is actually held in with magnets as well. So if you need to take this out, there's 2 magnets there, which just sort of stick this down. This is a cutting board if you need to cut some stuff. And in here, I've got access to silverware and paper plates. And you can see right now we're configured for dishwashing mode. We've got a water jug, which is, 12 liters it looks like. Just kind of slides in like that. And when you're done with this, you just kind of collapse it down. And it sticks right back in here. And you can take your cook pan. And the cook pan sort of locks it all into place so that it doesn't rattle around so much. And then, of course, you put this in. Stick it in there. Close it up. you're good to go. So that's the kitchen module. Oh, the other thing for the kitchen, we've got, this is an electric tea kettle, so you can heat up water using the power station. And this is a little electric skillet that actually is pretty good for cooking eggs, believe it or not. It doesn't use a ton of power either. Okay, now this is what everybody asks about, power. So this is a Bluetti EB3A, and you can see I've got some DC plugs plugged into various things. One of these goes to that USB port I showed you. The other goes to this light. This light is just it actually uses coolant tube. Kind of moves around however you want to do it. If you're sitting in bed, you can use it to, reading in bed, you can use it for that. And when you're all done, you flip it over, and it sticks down on there with some magnets, and you can turn it off. And of course, we've also got a tablet holder, so if you want to watch TV in bed, you can do that. It's on a ball mount. As far as this goes, let me show you some trick things we've done with this. Let me show you that. So here is, sort of going through the side door. So we've got a couple of things here. One, of course, we have a solar panel here. This is a Bluetti foldable solar panel. You see, we've also got a battery back here. This battery is designed to boost the capacity of the power station. It makes it from 250 watt hours to about 900 watt hours. So it boosts its capacity pretty significantly. We've got some plugs down here. This plug is 12 volts out of the car cigarette lighter. That's for the PV. And so when you're driving down the road, this is always charging. The battery's always charging the Bluetti, and the car is always charging the battery. So you always have power as long as you drive a little bit, you'll always have enough power. Or if you need AC power, I've got an AC brick. You can plug it into plug the car cigarette into this, plug it into an AC outlet, you can charge the whole thing up, just plugged into an AC socket. Okay, so now we're all configured for driving again. You take your cushions, your window covers, shove them in here. That's that. Okay, so that is the reveal of my latest creation. We're gonna get back on the road here in a little bit. One of the things I want to let you know is that since I know that a lot of people are starting to build these into campers, a lot of van lifers coming on board, I took a lot of extra time. I did like checkpoints about every hour as I was building this. And so I have build video all the way through. So you should check some of the other, I'm probably gonna make a playlist on this channel. So check out the other videos. You can see how I built it in great detail. I go through probably in excruciating detail, but I did go through the entire thing. So check those videos out when you get a chance. Okay, so now let's go over the materials list that we had for this build. We start out with a 2x8 by 8 foot piece of Douglas fir that we cut up on the table saw for some main supports. Added to that 10 pieces of some 1x4 inch fir boards that we cut up into strips. A sheet of plywood, of course, 5 millimeters thick. Box of screws, some magnets, and of course a cutting board. And the grand total for all of this is $100.36. So this was a $100 camper build, and it took a little skill, took a little bit of time, but overall it can be done very affordably. And one of the things that I'm most concerned with is weight. In these small SUVs, they really are not designed to handle very large loads in the back. And so we want to make this as lightweight as possible. And so the first thing we do is we started out by taking out some things. We took out the seat bottom, the seat back, some plastics, the bolts that held those things down. There was a cover over the spare tire. We took those things out, removed them, which removed 64 pounds of weight from the vehicle. And what we added was, of course, the bed frame, the covers for the bed, 2 mattresses, a top and a bottom mattress, and then the kitchen module. And all that together was 93 pounds. And so the difference is 29 pounds is what we added to the vehicle. So we removed 64 pounds, we added 93. The difference is 29 pounds, which is roughly the weight of two 2.5 gallon Poland Springs spring water jugs. So it's a very lightweight build. 29 pounds is really nothing. It's some groceries at the grocery store. So it's a good framework. It's a good foundation to start your build, because as we all know, all vans get heavier over time. You add power stations to them, you add clothes, you add surfboards and bikes and all kinds of stuff, and they just get heavier. So starting out with a very lightweight build allows you to add more things later on.